As a strong woman, you just need to know yourself, know your limits.
As Nigerian women, the cultural expectations that come with being someone's wife and then come with being someone's mother, they are so huge.
What I have learned in my own life and in my marriage is that you need to understand that not everything will go how you want it to go every time. Relieve or release yourself of that pressure or hurt or pain. Because it can really be painful as a wife where there's an expectation you have of your husband that is not being met.
Waking up and I'm trying to map my entire day in my head. If I wake up by 5, I'm able to take a quick shower between 5 and 5:30. Inside, I'll be doing small worship. Let's get my daughter up because then she has to get ready for school. I'm like, should I wake up? No. You know what? Let me let her sleep for like 20 more minutes. Maybe she slept a bit late last night. Then I go to the kitchen. Then I'm like, let's start putting things together. So you're already thinking, okay, what's in the freezer? What was the plan? Macaroni or something. Oh, we cut more fruits. We put more chocolate. We do this one. We do no chocolate. Chocolate is not healthy. You know, let's do fruit.
Let's do fruit.
And then after that, your brain tells you, okay. Now it looks like it's 6 o'clock. If she doesn't wake up now and have her bath, we're going to be late. School bus is coming. Husband now wakes up 6:30. That's right. I love you, my husband. No shade.
So I think that it's the pressure to go. And one of the things that recently in our safe spaces that we try to do is finding moments to pause. Because you need to pause. You can't go. You break down pressure.
Women are often praised for being strong, but many times that strength comes at a cost. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing this and much more about how women are often try to be trapped into what we have called the strong woman trap. On this episode, I have 2 amazing guests, and we're going to be getting into it very shortly. I'm your host, Itunoluwa Hunga. On my right, I have the Temitope, and on my left, I have the Jumoke. Everybody's a D on this show, by the way. But I'll leave them to introduce themselves. So please, Temitope, introduce yourself.
So hi everyone, my name is Temitope Omolenwa. I am a mental health consultant and a business management consultant. I run a mental health foundation called Hey Foundation Africa and business management consultancy called Evolve Advisory.
Okay. Jumoke, please introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Jumoke Shotonwa. I like to call myself a multi-influential woman. I do different things. I'm a transformational stylist. I'm a podcaster. I have this podcast called Musings and Roars. I have a series I do for my aburos called To My Burros. I do a lot of things. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm me.
I love it because truly a lot of things. And that's like really every woman.
Yeah.
Don't you think? We play so many roles. Like there's mom, there's wife, there's sister, there's daughter. And there's boss, there's friend, there's leader, there's bestie sometimes.
Yeah.
There's so many roles that women have to play. And I think that's just the perfect way to start this conversation. Yeah. The strong woman trap. What does being a strong woman mean? To you? Let's start from that. So we'll start from Jumoke this time.
Okay. What does a strong woman mean to me? I think that I feel like a strong woman is someone who can gaze inward, look within herself, and live from there. Right? Not living from the outside in, but from the inside out. It means that you can shut out the noise and not be everywhere because this is what everyone wants you to do, right? I can live on my own terms, right? This is what I want, this kind of life that I want, this is how I want my life to be. And so I'm going to make my decisions from there. I feel like that's who a strong woman is, not really trying to please people, not trying to get all the accolades because, but I'm living my life. This is where I am right now, and this is what I need to do. That's a strong woman to me.
I love it.
See.
Temi.
What does a strong woman mean? maybe I would approach it from the back end. I feel like a strong woman is one who is able to, carry on everything that she does. And then what I mean by carry on is even on the days when she's not able to pull through, in the weakness, in the still moments, in the small moments, and then still able to sort of just get up and do whatever it is that she needs to do. So it doesn't mean that this strong woman that we are describing doesn't have her weak days. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have her slow days. It just means that regardless of what's, comes at her, she's able to get up and then keep it moving.
I love that. I love that. And I love that you guys have come from like different angles, but still it's like a strong woman, she can do this, she can do that, but at the same time, she's aware.
Yeah.
She's very self-aware, she knows that, okay, I'm getting to my limits.
Yeah,
So let me stop, let me calm down, let me, But society doesn't see it that way, don't you think?
No, don't.
Because when they describe us, and when I say us, like women of color, Black women, Nigerian women, strong women, they're resilient. You know how they say Nigerians are resilient. There's only bad things for resilient. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But like we're resilient, meaning like we can basically take everything thrown at us.
Yeah.
But we know that's not true.
Smile.
Is it true?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Is it true?
Well,
we're here to demystify. I'm looking for a big word. We want to demystify. We want to break it down.
Yeah.
It's
a myth.
Thank you. Want to break, like, why is it that society has made this beautiful mold of what a woman should be and how she should be, without taking account all the other things, all the other factors that really make her who she is. When we said at the beginning, like mother, sister, friend, those are like multiple responsibilities.
Yeah.
And many times they also come with expectations. So let's talk about expectations. You are the mental health professional. We'll get to that mental health part because I'm losing it. There's so many times where you're just like, how many things?
Yeah. Yeah. How can I keep up?
How many tabs are open in my head? How many tabs are open in my brain? But we'll definitely get to that. But Jumoke, as somebody who is, as you said, multi-influential, and you do so many things, like I always tell Jumoke, I don't even know which one you are doing today. Because today I know you are a stylist. Tomorrow I know you are doing podcasts. Next tomorrow, she's a woman of God. So I'm like, how do you manage to keep up like with the expectations that so many people have of you? You have a team, you have a family, How are you doing that?
So like I said earlier, right, as a woman, as a strong woman, you just need to know yourself, know your limits, right? And we like to call it like seasons. So right now, this is where I am. What do I need to do right now? I have my life ahead of me, right? So to get to where I need to get to, I need to do X, Y, Z, and there was a first step or the next step I need to take to get there. Yeah. So I'm not overwhelmed a lot of things at the same time because that would just paralyze you. There's so much ahead of you and you're like, how do I even move? So my thought most times, like, okay, what next step do I need to take to get to where I need to get to? And I then find a way to structure all the things I need to do, right? Not everything must be done at the same time.
Yeah. Thank you. Preach.
Like, not everything should be done at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like when women try to do everything, I feel like it's damaging to them.
Yes.
Right? You're just carrying unnecessary load, pressure on yourself, right? And so to be able to keep up with everything that I do, I just know that per time, and I have a hack now. And I put it in quarters.
Okay.
Right? First quarter. So I have my yearly plan, for example, right? So what I want to achieve this year.
Okay.
Then I look at my bandwidth. I'm also a career babe. I work in 9 to 5.
You see?
I have a business. I have staff. I have a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a pastor's wife. I have my Yafari community for firstborn daughters. I have my brothers. So I have a lot of things that I want to do, right? And so I say, okay, this year, what do I want to do based off my internal compass, right? So this is what I need to be doing now.
Yeah.
And then I sit down and I break it. Okay, what do I have the
capacity
for? I have a mom's community.
Really?
Yes.
That one
I have a community for moms.
That one I do know.
And so let me tell you what I did this year, for example. I sat down at the beginning of the year. I had sort of put it at the back burner. That's the mom's
Okay.
community. And I said, how do I keep up with all of this? Because you're just one person.
To be honest.
Yeah, just one person. So I said, I'm going to structure it.
Yeah.
So what I did was to put my activities per quarter. So for the mom's community, for example, we're going to do some things end of the month or maybe end of, for one quarter and just, spread it out. So you don't, spread yourself too thin, right? That's the hack that I have been able to use. That's the structure for my life. Some things right now, my Afari community, I have not really been engaging them, but when I have the capacity,
they're on hibernation.
You get it.
On ice.
I will come back when is the time, right? And this is so that you can, focus on one thing, pour yourself into one thing, get the result you want to, move on to another thing. If not, you're going to spread yourself two things and not get anything tangible from everything.
I really, really like you said, just that's a hack, guys, by the way. Just looking at the year and blocking quarters and saying, this quarter is for this quarter is for that. Like for somebody like me, it would look like maybe a Q1, I'm going to focus on getting this KPI for work because I'm 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then maybe second quarter, I have some personal goals. Or maybe I want to finish this course. I want to get this. So I've said I want to do this certification this year. When looks like the best time in the year?
Absolutely.
Maybe work is really busy in quarter 3, you know. So second quarter looks like it. So between April and June, or let me do this thing, face it, get it done, tick.
Yeah.
And then we move. I really like that. Thank you. What does that look like for you?
So, and just to piggyback off what you said, so I think what that would also do for people is it relieves the pressure that you put on yourself. So where you know that, for example, this quarter, I'm going to achieve this. So you're not looking at the whole year like the end, there's a destination. It's like you're on a journey.
Yeah.
So I know that in quarter 1, I'm focusing on this. I know I want to get the certification, but in quarter 2, I'm going to get it. So you have sort of put your mind in a space where, okay, I'm going to achieve this, and you're not putting pressure on yourself and making yourself carrying on burdens or feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough. All right. So for me, what does expectations look like? I think that I'm a bit would I call it unconventional with this? Expectations I set for myself, I can be a bit hard on myself sometimes, if I'm being honest. Just because I feel like a lot has been poured into me, and there are goals that I set for myself. But now, here's what I do. Like almost similar to what she said, I try to break down those goals into, okay, I'm going to do this from here to here. And I don't really allow anyone's expectation of me really affecting me. I feel like I have got to a point in life where there's very little that the outside can do to affect me. Expectations of motherhood, expectation of being a wife, expectation of, being a businesswoman or being in the mental health space. I feel like I am very much self-aware to a point where I know that, okay, for a time as this, this is what I'm doing. Let me give you an example.
Yeah, please.
So for the last, since January, post-January, I almost lost my life. Or actually January due to internal bleeding. And I felt like, oh my God, I was going to start the year with, I was building a business framework for businesses and the rest. And that had to take a backbench. So that back to saying that, the expectation and all of those things. So I put it on the side and I didn't let it really hound me like, oh, you should have been doing this. Now, what happens is once I recovered, I now had to carry on the load of, the business framework and making sure pushing it out there. But that meant that something had to give.
Absolutely.
What had to give was, okay, not spending enough time with my son. Maybe not being the wife or the domesticated mom, right? And, I hear whispers around sometimes like, the me's out there doing it, the me's just. But I don't let it. Like, I know where I'm headed. I know that, okay, for a time as this is what I need to do. Almost similar to what you said. But then once the season is over, okay, I'm back to being able to, because at the end of the day, I'm just a girl living my life too. And I have goals I want to achieve. Yeah.
We're just girls. Like, I'm just a girl. Let me breathe. You know that meme that says, I need my privacy, please? That's me every day now. And I like that you talked about expectations of being a wife and being a mother.
Yeah.
So now let's break the table.
Let's start that.
Because just for the part, so we are all married women, yeah? We are all moms. We have a lot to say. What are these expectations? Let's start with you, because most times being a wife comes before being a mom. And if you clock it, for lack of a better word, if you clock it, as Nigerian women, the cultural expectations that come with being someone's wife
Sis.
and then comes with being someone's mother, they are so huge.
Yeah.
And depending on many times where you're from, what language you speak, the kind of family you were brought up in, it differs.
Yeah.
So I know that most likely all three of us grew up with different expectations.
Yeah.
The idea of what a strong woman was to you was probably your mom, and how she navigated her life.
Yeah.
And you already had that blueprint that maybe I would do this or I wouldn't do this as I go into my own journey. So let's talk about, as we're getting married, what were the things? As a strong woman, a good wife. Let me let you breathe. Let Jumoke start off.
Let me not say what I want to say.
Expectations as a wife.
Yeah.
So for me, right, I don't think that I'm in that space where there's like an unhealthy expectation of me.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
healthy.
really grateful.
No, even healthy. There's still expectations.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like expectations are actually really good, right? Because I mean, even if I have expectation of my husband, and he should have expectation of me as his wife, right? Even as friends, you should have expectation of your friend, and all of that. So I feel like it's good. However, I feel like the danger with expectations sometimes for women, right? And I have had to learn it myself because it can be really hurting or hurtful or painful when there's an maybe unhealthy or even healthy expectation, but it's not met, and then it builds resentment to you as a woman, right? And so what I have learned in my own life and in my marriage is that you need to understand that not everything will go on or go how you want it to go every time, right? And so you then release yourself of that pressure or hurt or pain. Because it can really be painful as a wife where there's an expectation you have of your husband that is not being met. Should it be met? Yes, of course it should be met. Right? But what's it doing to you? That's why I said a strong woman is someone that can look at herself from the inside out. Yes. Give yourself perspective, right? Like if I keep holding on to this thing and this hurt and this pain, like this thing is not being met because I'm a wife supposed to be as a husband, you're just gonna go on like a wounded soldier, just go on, limping. When you should be a whole person, right? Choose yourself. And so what I have then learned as a wife is not everything will go on or go how I want it to go. Maybe at the time I want it to, to happen. Should it happen? Yes. But can I give some grace, right? Can I look at it from a different perspective? Okay. And most times with women, it's usually, how I feel like it should be or how God does it sometimes is that finger you're pointing is like, you're pointing back at yourself, right? And what are the things that you need to do to be a better person, right? And so for me as a wife, I don't think that there are maybe expectations I cannot achieve or meet, right? I don't feel that pressure in my marriage or in my family or in my in-laws. I don't. The only time I felt pressure or expectation was, I'm a firstborn daughter. So firstborn daughter pressure and expectations. Now it's unspoken for me. My parents or my family, I know we talk about black tax and all of that. Nobody puts me under that pressure. But just knowing as a firstborn daughter, I want to just be there for my family.
And to be responsible.
Be responsible. There's a time in my life where I was drowning, like I was sinking, right? Like I couldn't keep up with everything that was that was happening. I couldn't talk to anybody. I couldn't tell anybody. I felt like a loser. I felt really bad. I felt like I can't be who I want to be. It was a really dark season for me, right?
Because you felt you were letting people down.
Exactly. I felt like I was letting people down. My family, my mom, my sisters, my siblings, and all of that, right? So it was really tough for me. So that expectation, in that moment, that's what it looked like. I needed help, but I couldn't get help. I couldn't cry for help. I felt like nobody would understand me because we're not in my shoes, right? But it then changed after a while, right? Where I felt like, you know what? I have to first take care of myself. I can't pour from an empty cup, right? If I'm not fine, if I'm not good, if I'm not whole, I can't give what I don't have, right? So I had to just take some time off to, heal, let go of that pressure, have a different perspective, go through my seasons and not feel like a loser or like a failure because I'm not meeting someone else's expectations. Yeah, so that was how it was for me.
Thank you, because there's something you said that I'm coming to. But tell me, what have expectations like being a mom, being a wife? What did you meet? when you entered?
So
What did you
I have
miss when
so
you
much to
entered?
say, but I need to count my words.
Absolutely.
So for me, I grew up with a single mom.
Okay.
So my mom raised us. We're all girls, and like you said, she's very liberal. So if you see us and my mom, someone would say, "He doesn't respect your mom," but nothing of that sort. We were just very free, and I think that also set certain things in my path, which was for me, when they say no one is coming to save you. So I have that ideology, no one is coming to save you. So I work as though there's nobody there. And that comes with its own, sides on the man. And then also, I just didn't understand what it meant to have a man in the house. So what's it meant to have like a husband? What's it meant to have like so you have to, or you need to. But it was just my mom and us. If we needed to make a decision,
Didn't have that.
I didn't have like
that piece. Like you didn't see that.
I'm going to ask my mom and it's going to, you know what, we'll get it done. And my mom is very much of a do things as though no one is like, so just do it. So get on.
Let's get things done.
When so expectations in wifehood and then of course, getting somewhat married to a very traditional family was I had to then navigate, bringing the family together. And we grew up in Ghana, separate from everyone in Nigeria. So I had to keep up with in-laws. I also had to keep up with in-laws, talk to your mother-in-law. And because of how much close we are to my mom, I find it very hard to say, I can't
call someone mommy.
And that's been
I get it.
And that was a very big thing with even like my mom-in-law now. And she's like, when am I going to get you to call me mom? I'm like, it's coming. Don't worry.
What do you call her?
Try not to call her. I try not to
label her.
I just go close or I say ma.
Oh,
wow. And she wants me to say like mom. Also, another thing I noticed was getting married was a lot of the focus was how to be a good wife. And then that really got me upset because, okay, what does it mean to be a good, husband? And then going into motherhood, right? It was just a lot of, you have to be there. You have to do this. I remember one time when I had just started consulting for a restaurant and lounge. I had given birth. Literally, I was still working as they were willing me to the theater for my CS. So, post 3 months post
postpartum,
yes. I was back to work and then, you have people say things like, you are not there. You know this, you know that. You need to be, hey, this child will not, this child will not know you. You're always there. And I remember one day I spoke to my neighbor and she said to me, that is all BS, right? I've been traveling. Like, in fact, when I travel, her daughter would come and knock on the door and be calling mama. So she said, it was something like that. It made me feel as though, like, I was missing something on my son would know me.
He
knows me so well, too well, And that made me, I was so firm on no. And that's where all of this, where I said more self-awareness, just trying, I know who I am, I know what I'm doing. And for a time, this is what I need to do to get to, So some of those things, some of the expectations that, I was met with. But I had to navigate them, still navigating them, to be honest. But what's life without navigating?
I don't think we ever stop navigating. If we're talking about navigating. Because another baby will come. Okay. And you will be in a different season of your life. Because the first kid is a different season. The second kid is most likely in a different season. You've grown, your business has grown, even you and your partner, the relationship has changed, has grown. Dynamics, and they're bringing the other new member of the family, by God's grace, would then change the dynamics again. And which is why many times I sit down and I'm just like, Chef will just be boy.
Yeah.
Especially Mokai was talking about being a firstborn daughter. I'm also a firstborn. And I know that even though, like, the way my entire family background is set up, they are not those spoken expectations.
Yeah.
But I became orphaned at a young age. So I've always felt like I have to do something. I have to be something. Like I can't, my life, I can't fumble my life. So there's that expectation to be that. I've had to be strong. It's when you lose a family member, most times when you lose a parent, people try to console you and they say, be strong. That time, it was be strong for your sisters because we're also only girls. So it's be strong for your sisters. So even when I wanted to cry and scatter, it was in my head, and how old was I? If you are doing this, then what will your younger sister do? So,
Rolling
from
my eyes.
Yeah, but it wasn't coming from a bad place, which is what I know. Many times when people say these things, it's not from
just
a
be
bad
an image
place.
for them.
They just want you to be an image. For the truth is, at that point, it wasn't like anybody was necessarily asking me how I felt.
Yeah.
And like, why couldn't I express
Why couldn't
myself
you
to the
cry?
extent?
Yeah.
So it's not like I wasn't crying, but it was just always, I'll be strong, it is well. All those is something that we'll talk about off camera, because Nigerians, we don't know how to process grief.
Yeah.
The way we just like people to be packaged and neat with their grief.
Get on with it.
Just get on with it. Hey, oh yeah, sorry, he died. Okay, now let me move on with our lives. That kind of thing. So I felt that pressure to be strong just from having certain things happen as my life started to unfold. So even becoming an adult, I know that if I'm not responsible for anybody, I am responsible for how my younger sisters sort of see me as a role model. So even if they don't even have expectations of me being perfect big sister, I want to be perfect big sister.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I just want to be perfect big sister because I'm like, there's no mommy.
Yeah.
They don't obviously see me as mommy like that. But, now I feel like, I have to make my mommy proud. I have to make my daddy proud. I have to be the person that they look up to in certain ways. So I might have even been the one that puts myself in this position. And giving self-set expectations. But it's also part of that because I feel like if I was doing maybe the opposite, there would be somebody calling to say, don't you know you have younger ones? You should be doing this. Should be somebody calling to advice or something, Sha.
That's so.
So I wanted to ask, have you ever felt like you needed to be strong at a point where what you actually needed was support? Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to hear.
I think that go first, because what I have to say.
No problem.
Needed to be strong when all I needed was support.
Like that pressure.
I think it was that year 2023. That year did something to me. That 2023. I'll never forget it in my life. I feel like it was that year where I sort of, like I said, the pressure. As a firstborn daughter, I was going through life. Life was going through me, right? It was just a season or a phase of my life, right? And I needed support. And the support I needed, my husband was there. Not like he wasn't there. But to be honest, I couldn't even maybe express
exactly what was
really going on. It was after I had, and the honest truth with me in that season. Oh God. It was after I had processed everything with God, honestly. That was when I knew why I went through that season. Right? I don't think my husband could have. He was there. He just my love, all those things. But the inside how I was feeling, I didn't think that
you
would have
even communicated it to him as it was
the help that you
I
actually
needed.
needed.
Yes, I don't even know if I knew
what you needed.
What I really needed.
That's
I don't know if I really knew what I needed. I felt like just going through that process with God, crying. I'm a cry girl. And when you finish crying,
I'm a cry girl.
You cry and wake up and clean your eyes and move on. Like you were saying, but I will see that cry must come. I must cry that cry. When I cry the cry, I move on. Right. So I think in that process, I just did it with God. And after I realized that this is why I went through this season and all that. Yeah, I think that was it for me.
So for me, I think that just by virtue of being in the mental health space, I don't think if I'm not strong, I'm not strong. Like I don't think that's necessarily that I have had to sort of put up not a front, but like just be strong when I really needed support. What I would say is that because of the journey of my life and the things that I have to deal with health-wise, so my physical health and mental health, and the nature of the world that I find myself in, or the society, which is where Nigeria, Africa, where you can't really talk about like my mental health struggles. So so those are moments when that's why I said, some moments when I feel like I need to be strong, because what do you mean by I saw you okay and next 2 minutes you're having a manic episode? And then you also have to show up to work. How do you explain that? How do I explain that? oh, I'm carrying my son now, and the next few minutes I'm having a panic attack, and then I need to like,
put him down,
and then like you have to, and so you'd hear things like, now that you have to get some of these things together. But the way I see that is it's just a rather unfortunate situation that I find myself in a society where mental health is not yet still seen, embraced, and actually as a thing where someone is saying all these buzzwords or all these all these white people's problems or all this, So those are moments when I've had to be strong, because if I sit here and I tell you that I don't know what it means to wake up in the morning and not have thoughts racing like through your head. I don't know what it means to. I've had to work to stay afloat, and the amount of things that I've achieved, I've had to work 1,000 times harder than the average person just to stay afloat. I probably would have 1,000 in a year. I probably would have about 100 panic attacks, but because I've been in the space, I know how to.
Okay.
So it just means that I have to pull myself up and show. But sometimes on the days when I don't want to be that strong person, I just leave it all out.
See, what I was going to say is mental health, I didn't even plan to talk about it. But like now, let's talk about it. Because like you said, Nigeria is a place where male or female, it happens to you, we say sorry, we move. We have gone. That's it. So even as a country, it happens, we lament, we cry.
That's all.
We move on.
We move again. Like we're always on the move, always on the go. And I feel like that could also be something that contributes to women, specifically young women, feeling this immense pressure to be something, to do something. It could be good things, sometimes it may not be good things.
Yeah.
But then it seems like women always have this extra pressure. For men, they'll tell you it's the pressure to provide. But
money.
I feel like if I ask you now to list 10 things that you feel pressured to do like that on, what's the word? That is mental. I was going to say mental, that mental work, mental labor that you have to do. All those things in your head that you know that, I have to do this. You're using your brain to arrange the calendar. If I wake up, then you do school runs. Then
Stop thinking about it.
You have to do that.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you already about it. So I'm like, let's talk about that. Like invisible labor, this mental labor. What does it look like as a business person, a career person, a wife, a mom? What does it look like? Like let's spell it out for the girlies and for those that are with us on this journey. You are not alone. You are not alone. Like, what does it look like? Like, for me, it looks like every day waking up and I'm trying to map my entire day in my head. And mapping my entire day in my head, it starts from, okay, I wake up. If I wake up by 5, I'm able to take a quick shower between 5 and 5:30. Inside, I'll be doing small worship, trying to get myself on God. Do you understand? I'm like, Jesus, thank you. It's been a great day. It's a good day ahead. And okay, we move. Then I go, I need to get my baby up. I need to get my daughter up because then she has to get ready for school. I'm like, should I wake up? No. You know what? Let me let her sleep for like 20 more minutes. Maybe she slept a bit late last night. Then I go to the kitchen. Then I'm like, let's start putting things together for you pack school lunch now. We start doing them. Oh, you're so sorry. We pack school lunch. We pack school lunch. So you're already thinking, okay, what's in the freezer? What was the plan? Macaroni and something. Oh, we cut small fruits. We put small chocolate. We do this one. We do no chocolate. Chocolate is not healthy. Let's do fruit.
Let's do fruit.
And then after that, your brain tells you, okay. Now it looks like it's 6 o'clock. If she doesn't wake up now and have her bath, we're going to be late. School bus is coming. Husband now wakes up 6:30. I love you, my husband. No shade. But husband now wakes up 6:30. You have been awake for 1 hour 30 minutes. Your brain has been you have gone up, you have gone down. You have packed school bag. You have packed your own bag. You have thought about
shout out to all the women.
Girl,
like
you thought about the outfits you want to wear. Your mind, you're already gauging, do I feel like wearing this shirt again? This dress. Okay, I'll come back to you. Is that how your day starts?
See, sis. Like I can relate 1,000%. I can relate.
You're just jumping from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. So you're out the door. Then when you're out the door, it continues.
Yes,
when you get to work,
until you're back home, knackered. Sometimes sleeps with your bra on.
See, I thought it was only me. Sometimes you sleep, and your brain is still doing.
Still doing.
I didn't do. I've not done, and And I'm just like, how is this affecting our mental health? This is for the mental health person in the room. Like just normal juggling all these things that we talked about. How does this, and even for someone who isn't a mom or a wife, like even a single lady who's just navigating living in this Lagos or any city in Nigeria, to be honest, with what we're going through, let me not talk much. How is this affecting our mental health?
Bruh. So I think that, it's the pressure to go, 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 go. And one of the things that recently in our safe spaces that we try to do is finding moments to pause. Because you need to pause. You can't go, 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 go. You break down eventually. And the way it affects is that you realize that you are less, over time, you are less productive as your brain is not thinking as sharp as you need it to be. Or you then have like backload of feelings, emotions, or things that you haven't really dealt with. So maybe, for example, something happened at work today and then you weren't okay with it or whatever it is, but then you have to go and pick up your daughter. So you just, what, it's fine, I'll go and pick up my daughter. You come back to work tomorrow, you have that pent up feeling where you're like, what, it's fine, let's move. But you just keep going, I have to take care of my child. Now it's not the time to worry. Now I have to do this, I have to do that. Oh, my husband, my this, all of that keeps going. And then that's the pressure that I feel like society has put on, I guess, women. And you just have to keep it together. Everyone, you hear things online like, our mothers were very...
That's the strong woman trap.
But that's the strong woman trap. Exactly. Because our mothers were just maybe... What if you didn't see your mom break down?
Yeah. They were navigating a completely different world.
And also, that's that part, right? And, you didn't carry on all of this, go, 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 go. But you need to pause.
Yeah.
You need moments where you can pause and reflect. Like, even if it's just, and I say this to people, and just breathe, right? So as easy as breathing, it's all that you need. And it really, really, really slows you down. Because people say, well, I'm operating. And I always tell people that if you're operating at a 60%, why can't you operate at 100 when you pause? So if you operate at a 60% today, just because you're going,
maybe
if you
just pause and get
and
yourself
then,
together.
You rewind, you unwind, you bring yourself back up, you reset, and then you keep going. You now operate at 100. Imagine what more you can achieve.
That's so good.
That's really good, because I don't think I've even thought about it that way. But it just feels so hard to pause, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, it feels hard. And as you were speaking, right, I was thinking of how I have been able to do it. I think this year is my structure year. I've put structure in my life. Because if you're a multi-influential woman, or if you're doing a lot of things, there's no way you can function optimally without putting structure in your life.
Yeah.
Your inside will be chaotic everywhere, right? So what I've done this year is to map my retreat time. So every end of the month, I have a date. I was still handling my PhD. Like, I don't understand why today is 30th. You've not brought up the conversation about my retreat this month, right? And that's because I've been going. And my calendar is very important to me. Right? So I schedule it from January to March. Every end of the month, I've gone on a retreat. Me, by myself, for myself, just to retreat, pause, reset, reflect, plan, re-strategize, So if you don't structure it and say, this is when I need to take time off,
plan for your breaks,
you may not be able to. And for those who may not even have the luxury to have that maybe end of the month or something, you can do it maybe quarterly, or you can even do it every day at a particular time. Stop.
Yeah.
So for me, before now, I used to do it in the morning. You spoke about waking up at 5 o'clock. My 5 to 7 was sacred. Before I start my hustle and bustle, my mommy life, wife, everything, strong woman in the career and business. 5 to 7, is my quiet, that time where you just pause for like an hour, 1 hour, you're just there, not doing anything.
Just grounded in the moment.
In the moment, you're reflecting, you're meditating, you're thinking about your day, thinking about that 5 to 7 for me. And so what I even did, I went a step higher to even get an app that blocked my social media.
For
because
those,
reflect social media. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning,
By the time you carry the phone
I've
now.
been there. He's not been there. I shout out, you're the strong woman we're talking about. Right? When you wake up in the morning, you just carry your phone, you're scrolling.
Before you know
Instagram,
it.
WhatsApp. Before you know it, your day is already the noise, you stand up,
Nothing.
right?
Yeah.
So I just did, I got an app rather that would block out that 5 to 7. So even if I want to go, even if my hand just goes there, you can't open it. You do what you're meant to do,
I like
right?
that.
So even if you can't, there's some just find times in your day, maybe before you go to bed. I log off at 10, for example, whatever, that you just pause and reflect. I think it's very, very important. Every woman that is going to be, that will do something worthwhile with her life, and let's be honest, you must prioritize rest.
Very, very.
You must prioritize. If you don't prioritize rest, I doubt how effective
there's going to be a problem.
There's
going to be a problem.
Can't
And I like that.
Can't pour from what is drained up. What's coming out? Nothing.
So how do we break ourselves from these shackles? The shackles of, I want to be, I want to be everything, basically. I want to be I want to be here, 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 all at the same time. Like, I'm thinking of how do I communicate to somebody who probably maybe is at the start of this journey.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe she's just about to get married. Because the truth is, being single versus being one married, then versus being a mother, they're all different seasons, like you had said. So like there are different seasons in that the responsibilities are different. And we can't sort of shirk all those responsibilities. They exist. But then somebody should not now use their own to come and, don't come and use their own to kill me. So if you expect that, as this person is now a mother, she will now, I don't know, dress a certain way, or speak a certain way, or do certain things, or stop doing certain things that she used to do before. Sorry, that's on you. Yes, because that's also part of the expectations. Like, is she not married? You see what she wore? Can we be minding our business? I just want to say, side note, can we mind our business? If the person that married her put her in the house and saw her leave the house, he did not complain. Please keep quiet. And if people are raising their children, because I know now everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Can I raise my kids the way our family wants to raise? Because I believe every family now has a vision for what they want their family to look like. So if Jumoke in their house, they don't do screen time. And she brings her kid to my house. And in my own house, we do screen time. I'm not now going to be saying, what do you mean by my son doesn't watch TV? What do you mean? He's missing out on a lot. So, and Jumoke should not also be looking at me and be saying, don't you know the downsides of screen time? Don't you know that screen time is bad? So I'm just like, sometimes all these expectations, nobody gave us. We gave ourselves. And sometimes you're also looking at other people and sort of judging them by what you think they should be doing based on where you believe they are and all of those things. And like we've all said, it doesn't make sense.
Thoughts, beliefs, opinions, assumptions.
It doesn't make sense. Thoughts. Beliefs. assumptions. Like, just know yourself as a person, as a woman. Know what it is that you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. Obviously, keep learning, better ways to do things, how best to navigate things and all. But I feel like if you are going through it right now, to be honest, this is for you. You're going through it right now, you feel like it's too much. Take our advice. Pause. Send everything away. Figure it out and come back.
Start again.
It's better for you to be operating at 100 than at 60 and just keep going so that the world can feel like you are going. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is, what does it look like to have shared responsibility? Especially in the home. What does it look like? Because many times the pressure for women comes from the home. It's like, there's so many things I have to do. And it's like, are you a single mother? Are you married to yourself?
Was he? Where is he?
Let's come to her. No, like, what does shared, and it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody.
It's different.
Like, what does it look like, or what do you even think it should be like? Sometimes people are arguing 50-50. That's your business. It matters if you don't do 50-50, it's our business. And 50% not necessarily like money. Just like 50-50 doesn't make sense to me, but That's my opinion. Yeah. So what do you think? What does shared responsibility look like? So that some women can actually shed some load, because some people are actually carrying everything and it should not be.
So for me, I think that shared responsibility, I don't want to go into the whole 50-50, 60-60, 100-100, because I personally believe that every household then picks what works for them.
Yeah.
But I would say that being able to share the weight of raising like the home, right? Not having to, for example, there's maybe immunization appointments or like, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. Not being the one to just carry all of that burden on my head. I want my husband to be able to say, oh, I booked an appointment at Evercare, you could go do the immunization. Or like, I did this, I did that, you can also go do it. Because what I've seen is that some people or some men tend to, if I'm providing, then you handle
every other thing.
Yeah.
And, when I remember we were something about, where is the man?
Yeah.
Because when you have to take care of your child, it's your child, it's like the responsibility. It comes with our child. So if we break it down to say, okay, for example, you have a stay-at-home mom that, is at home. So we assume that stay-at-home mom does everything, right?
Yeah.
Stay at home. Let's equate it to, let's say, for example, you drag me. Okay, so
Nobody will drag me. Nobody will drag you.
So you go to work you go to work in the morning. That's the man now. You come back. She's at home from morning till night. So at the point when we meet, yes, maybe you say go as far, okay, you have a home cooked meal ready, everything. But then, the children are home, help me bath the kids, help me prepare them for bed, let's arrange the house. Especially for homeschooling, you are not able to afford like a nanny, or like a house help, stuff like that. It's like, let's just do. But if you can, but then guess what?
Yeah.
Now more families are able to afford like house helps, nannies, and the rest. So sometimes that's heavy domesticated role that everyone turns to want to throw to the woman. There's
now
that
goes to paid help.
Goes to paid help, right? But even down to the mental load of planning, date nights, birthdays, children birthdays, or like just as little
family
as family events.
Yeah.
I don't know why it becomes the,
default role.
The default role of the woman. And for me, so when you ask me what a shared responsibility looks like, that's what that looks like. Being able to share that burden. You might not be the one to put it into action, but even just the thought process, because action is just, we figured out what we want to do. Now we action it.
But before that action,
there's a thought process that comes with that. What school are the kids going to go to? Want to change the kids' school? Let's look at different schools. Let's our child, our children, not my child, not your child. That's the way I see it.
And I like what you said, because there was a conversation recently. Well, there are always conversations on Twitter today. Sorry, X. Always. But it's that conversation of when children grow and they do well in life, and they're like, Mama, I made it. And they're like, I go buy a car for my mama. I go build a house for my mama. How many times do you hear anybody saying, I go buy a car for my papa? I'll go buy. And then there was a conversation where somebody was saying, actually, to him, it was a guy that was, that wrote this tweet, and he was saying that he feels like it's because many times men come from an angle of financial provision. And they feel like their responsibility ends at financial provision. Now, financial provision, we're not going to downplay it.
To say that it's not,
it's not necessary. Exactly. The hard work is very much appreciated. But raising a family or even a
social,
marriage,
spiritual,
thank you very much. All of that comes into play. So there's the mental load, like she said. Like, are we thinking about this together? That's the shared responsibility. Why am I the only one who has to figure out what the kids will do as extracurricular activities? Why am I the one that has to remember that it's your mother's birthday coming up and so we have to buy a gift? Why am I the one that has to remember that, your siblings have something they are doing, so how can we contribute? There's a family thing happening, so how are we showing up as a family? Or there's something happening even at your own workplace, I'm reminding you, bro. Like, so, Jumoke?
So, for me, right, how I would look at it is to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of both parties, right? And that's shared responsibility. As the man, the man has his strength.
Mhm.
As a woman, the woman has a strength.
Yeah.
And the point of them coming together is that they can cover each other, right? Where I'm weak, you're strong. When you're strong,
Yeah.
I'm weak. Where you're weak, I'm strong, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like each party or each family should come together and decide, okay, how do we do these different things in our lives or in our families, right? So for example, in my family, in my home, thank God for my husband. He's very hands-on. He's a hands-on person, right? There's a season where he was always going to the office.
Yeah.
When I started 9 to 5, it was crazy for me, right? Then we're living on the mainland. He would leave the house as early as 5, sometimes past 5, and he's off. But I had to wake up, get our son ready for crash, then I used to make 3 meals. By the time I get to work at 9, sometimes, this was that 2023, that year.
We are getting to what really
By the
happened
time
that year. We are understanding it.
By the time I get to the office, literally, I'm
Exhausted.
drained. I would
Yeah.
sit down like for 10 minutes and I'm like trying to recalibrate, get my inner strength
Yeah.
back, right? But it was just for a phase. Now he works from home and I have to be the one going out doing, I have work, I have project, I have this.
Yeah.
And what we do is when you have to go out, I'm home. I stay with him.
And then
When he's going out, I'm home. I stay with the kid, right, with our son. And so I feel like that's what shared responsibility should look like. Where we sit down and say, how do we do this thing that works for our family? Not really the traditional way. This is what is expected of us, of a man, or of a woman. My husband sometimes, there was a time when we got married, we just got married. My husband and I would go to the markets
together
to buy food stuff together. But there came a time where some men cannot even think market. Some men can't even think about it. But my husband did that when we just got married.
Yeah.
And it got to a point in our lives, again, as we
Things
grow and
changed.
things evolve.
Yeah.
Phases, exactly, right?
Yeah.
We outsource cooking, we outsource,
Market
stuff, grocery.
runs.
Yeah. Now my husband is the one that does the grocery shopping in our house.
He's in that
My
era.
husband is the one that most times goes to drop our son at school.
Yeah.
I don't really do that. When I'm available, I pick him up. Now, that's what it looks like in my home right now. There's
To share.
Yeah, when
there's
there's
balance.
that balance.
Yeah.
There's that conversation. Like there are times, let me tell you, and that's why I'm really hoping that a lot of men help their wives see that this thing is it's not for them. It's also for you. Right? Whether you are that servant leader, right? How you show love is that I'm laying down my life for this family and for this woman, right? Like my husband sometimes is one, like you were saying, bath our child in the morning, but I do and I then do the
evening.
No, I even do the food, pack the lunch. So he's bathing. That's for the family. We have one goal, one vision. We are both bringing our strength together. How can we make this work together?
Yeah.
I bring my part, you bring your part, and everybody's happy. So that's what I feel like shared responsibility should look like.
And I really like that because I really wish like it was so like everybody had the mindset, the mindset of this is for us, our family.
Yeah.
It's not about the expectations that other people have for us.
Yeah.
And it's for how we want to put our family together, how we want to present ourselves, how we want to manage our children, our lives, and our careers, whatever it is, but basically how we want to do things rather than the expectations that life has of us. My father always did it like this, my mother always did it like this. So this is how we must do it like that.
Yeah.
Like, can we dead it? Like, can we just dead all of those things? And that's really what this conversation is about. Like, women don't fall for it. Like, don't fall for the trap because they'll be gassing you up. Strong woman. You can't, they'll be hyping you. She just gave birth. Look at, she's up and doing. You want to kill yourself. You want to die. Please don't die. Because why are you up and doing? You just had a baby. You got to rest.
Yeah.
Or you were sick. Next thing you're back to work and you're trying to prove that, the 2 weeks that you took off, you have to, if you die, you die.
I feel like I like this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like when you said you just give birth. When I give birth, like maybe 2 or 3 days later, I'm not joking. I was already ready to be up and going. My mom said, better sit down. You don't know what to carry for 9 months. I'm not joking. I felt like I could do anything. Like I was already telling my husband, let's go to the cinema. I'm not joking. I was still in the hospital. My mom said, it's like you don't know what
What just
what just
happened?
happened to you.
Like,
Like 9 months, you just push the baby
you
out,
just want to stand up
and you
and
want to
go.
just like, but thank
Yeah.
God we're having this conversation now. Somebody can let other women know that, see,
Yeah.
madam,
Relax.
it's good to just, take
Just
a chill
take a chill
pill.
pill
Yeah.
and rest. So that's where we're gonna rest it. Like, please,
Yeah.
let's learn to take a chill pill and rest. And I really want to tell you who is watching us right now. Like, being strong is great as far as if you're doing it for you,
Yeah.
and you're doing it for, I guess, the greater good of your family, of your career, but not doing it because people expect
yeah.
you to do it. Because many times when you don't meet those expectations, they will talk.
Mhm.
If you meet those expectations, I promise you, they will still talk. So you do, you don't do. So like I said, we want to break the shackles. If you're at home, you have the shackles, go to the front of the mirror and do like this. I break the shackles off. I'm strong, yes, but please don't put me in a box and don't trap me into this mental space where I feel like I just have to keep going like an Energizer bunny and, never just take a pause. So please rest, please take a pause and keep doing the amazing things that you're doing. And everybody around you will be better for it because we need you hale and healthy. We need you hale and healthy, and well mentally, more specifically. This has been an amazing episode. Don't you think? Really had a great conversation. Thank you so much for coming on this show, guys. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Until I see you, this is the Misrepresented Podcast. Bye-bye.